Hey gentlemen, part two of the book. Now that we've gotten through the purity section, breathe a little bit. Part two in the book is believing, becoming, being a man of truth. And doesn't it make sense that if you're really beginning to work hard in the purity in your life, that it's now time to deal with truth, because it just makes sense to move from purity into truth because more truth is available to us. Chapter 8, the very first chapter in this section, is called Truth Seeker, Lie Detector. Here's some key points you might make sure that you focus on. Number one, there are 8 bullet points in the opening. Take a look at those. Be sure you cover those. Number two, the scripture, James 3, 5 through 8, is really critical in this chapter. The third is that the scripture is clear that what comes out of our mouths is actually the overflow of our hearts. And man, when we think about that for a second, we really get that one as guys. So this thing that Jesus stated in Luke 6:45, whatever is in the heart overflows into speech. That's an important one to cover. Number 4, this idea of learning the balance of speech is the gaining of wisdom, and it's available only through Christ. And then there are 4 bullet points there that discuss the whole balance of speech concept that we need to make sure we cover. Number 5, the balance of speech is to know the right words to say with the right timing. We all know how critical that is. Talk about that. Number 6, Christ alone, not our personality, should be the gatekeeper of our mouths. If we can not keep rationalizing, excusing how we speak or the things we say or the dumb things we say, and really give that to Christ and let Him control the mouth, what a victory that can be in our lives. And then lastly, just really making sure we understand and grasp that Jesus is not only the source of truth, but He's also the destroyer of the lies in our life. Now here are the discussion questions for part 2, chapter 8. Number 1, on page 95 and 96, talk about those bullet points there and which ones you may struggle with the most. Question number 2, why would James warn us so strongly in chapter 3, verses 5 through 8, about the dangers of the tongue? Question number 3, what is it about sudden surprise or painful events that can bring out our real and unfiltered speech? Question number 4, talk about Jesus' quote in Luke 6:45, whatever is in the heart overflows into speech. What are some ways that you see this play out in your own life? Question number 5, what areas in your life do you usually do well in your communication? Where are you being successful in your communication? Question number 6, what areas in your life do you tend to struggle in your communication? You know, sometimes we can really win over here and be really bad over there. Like, talk about the difference in those and where we're succeeding, where we're failing. Question number 7, is there any place in your life where you use your personality as an excuse for your communication? Question number 8, how could allowing Christ to take over and be the Lord over your personality and the gatekeeper of your mouth really change your life? And would change those around you, and how can you take some steps toward doing that today? Question number 9, talk about Jesus being your only source of truth, and so then the destroyer of the enemy's lies. The last and final question, number 10, what are some practical ways that you can help one another in your group take in God's truth and get the lies out of your life?